Hello everyone, it's Aaliyah Orozco with Title Sports Network, and I'm joined now with former WBC featherweight champion, the one and only Gary Russell. How are you today?
Man, I'm good. I'm wonderful, man. Mauricio and the sanctioning body, they surprised me and the family with the WBC Juneteenth belt. You know, they surprised me with that, and I was just saying it makes sense since I was the longest reigning champion and I represented the sanctioning body longer than anyone else.
Yeah.
But they caught me completely off guard with this. I wasn't expecting this. I'm here clearly to support my younger brother and get him situated. But it goes to show all my hard work and effort and everything that I've been doing so far in the sport, man, that it's still paying off.
This is a beautiful belt. I am so happy for you.
And it represents Juneteenth. It represents, the Freedom Day, for our people. So I appreciate it, man. It means a lot.
It's very well deserved. Where are you going to put this?
I was going in the house next to my other belt.
I love it. So, were you ever expecting to get to this point in your career? Like, were just given this belt?
I never expected to get to this point in my career. I always knew coming out of the Olympics in 2008, that I was destined for a form of greatness. I just didn't know to what extent. So I feel like I somewhat just landed right where I'm supposed to be, just as well as my younger brothers.
And what's the update with you? Because it's been 2 years since we've seen you in the ring.
Well, it has been 2 years. I got shoulder surgery. I wanted to make sure that I was 100%. I wanted to make sure I was 100% back. I'm not looking forward to doing any tune-ups or anything like that of the sort. So we're not doing no tune-ups. I want to be 100%. As of now, I feel as though I'm about 100%. Close enough to do what I want to do. And I'm once my younger brother is done, we gonna mash the gas. We mashing the gas, man. Once my brother's done, we mashing the gas. I just had to get him out. I have to prioritize. My dad is no longer here. I took over everything as far as just being head trainer and stuff like that. So I had to prioritize, get him situated. God willing, we get through this fight victorious. Then I'll be mashing the gas on picking up my career.
That's amazing. I think it's good that you took the time you need it for yourself and for your family. Does that give you more motivation now coming into the ring with everything you just experienced and overcame and your little time off with healing?
Of course, man. It definitely gave me more motivation. And then they came through and gave me this. Now I'm really ready to kick some ass.
I love it.
I'm really ready to kick some ass now.
Is there anybody's ass you really want to kick or you got your eyes on?
The main event.
The main event?
I always wanted to fight him. I just felt like we was too close in proximity, for us to participate in the same sport, for us not to at least clash. So I hope he wins. I hope he wins tonight, and possibly we can probably do something later on in the future in both of our hometowns. We both represent the Maryland, the Baltimore. Well, he represents more so Baltimore, but it's still in Maryland.
Yeah.
But maybe later on in the future we can probably do something within our hometown.
Most definitely. So how do you see the fight going on Saturday night with your brother?
Well, I honestly see him getting this dude up out of there. If he listens. I tell people all the time, the difference between being good and great is inches and centimeters, and the ability to produce and execute the game plan. So that's what we're looking for. It's intellect over athleticism. I expect controlled chaos, not just chaos. I expect him to get this boy out of there probably by the 7th, 8th, the later half of the fight. I expect him to start pouring it on and getting this guy up out of there.
7th round, you guys. We're going to have to stay tuned for that.
7th, 8th round, I see him getting him up out of there.
And you said, him listening. What has been the best advice that you've given him leading up to this fight? Because you've been in this position so many times.
Well, it's funny because the advice changes depending on who we compete against. Every job requires a different tool. And one of the biggest things that I had to tell him, everyone that we compete against, you want to prepare differently. You want to prepare tailor-made to that person.
Yeah.
So I know he might be used to using his sledgehammer, but for this particular job, we might need an Allen wrench. You might need an Allen wrench for this job. So we're going to put the sledgehammer up. I need you to be equally as efficient using this Allen wrench as well as the sledgehammer. and that's what we're looking at. Being able to be versatile versus just one-dimensional. A lot of people is one-dimensional.
Yeah. Did you learn that throughout your career? When did you really take that on? Like being versatile.
I took that on when I was in the amateurs. I felt as though in order to really get my attention, it doesn't matter what your profession is. It doesn't matter what your profession is. Let me see, and if you're good at it, let me see you do that same shit in multiple different ways and be equally as good at it. Now you got my attention.
That part.
You feel me?
That's so true.
You feel me?
I
So
definitely feel
it's
you.
one of those type of things, with my younger brother. A lot of these guys are one-dimensional. They only fight straightforward fighters because they only know how to fight or deal with straightforward fighters. We have to be more versatile. When you're versatile, you can make the changes at the drop of a dime. That's the shit that makes it different. That's the difference between good and great. You got some guys that's good, but they're one-dimensional. The great fighters are the ones that's more versatile.
Are you a part of your brother's training camp at all, or do you guys ever spar? And what is that like?
Yeah, we spar. We spar. He don't like sparring me, but we spar.
He doesn't like sparring you? Why?
Because I'm the big brother. I'm the big brother, and I'm more seasoned. So a lot of stuff that he does, I kind of can take advantage of it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It's one of those. When I was younger, I would have to burn more energy to do certain things, and it's like now when you get older and you get the experience, you can do the same job and use less energy. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's one of those type of things if I'm working with my younger brother. So it's a little different.
It's probably cool though, both of you guys experiencing this together.
It's cool as shit to be. I'm gonna tell you what makes it real cool. If I'm giving him instructions and he's not getting something quite right, for me to have the ability to say, you know what, fuck it, stop, get out the ring, and I can get in the ring and get in there with one of his sparring partners and show him exactly what it is that I wanted to do.
Wow.
Or that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
I feel like in order for someone to, now don't get me wrong, it's coaches out here that's never participated, and I think they could be decent coaches, but I'm the type of person, don't tell me to do something if you can't do that shit.
No, that's so true. I know.
Show me. Can you show me? If you can't show me, then
like the PE teacher in high school that be yelling at you to run the mile and they're super overweight.
You out of shape. Right. You feel me? So there is that right there that I think we can use, and you know what I'm saying? We use that as fuel. So that kind of helps us with our camp.
When you guys were growing up together, did you guys both already want to be boxers, or what was that dynamic like?
Well, see, I got my younger brother by almost a decade, so.
I didn't even know that. You guys look like the same in age. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So I got my younger brother by a few years. So he's the baby.
Yeah. So he probably looked up to you then.
He's the baby of the bunch. So, but we always still. Everything was family oriented, so he still was right there with us, So, and it still plays hand in hand because even when my father was around, before the passing of my father, I was always hand in hand with my father and kind of always helping my younger brothers navigating their career. So it's like now that he's no longer here, I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing back then. So.
Probably even more now too.
Definitely even more.
Yeah.
Definitely even more. So.
And do you have any thoughts on the main card fight, Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin?
I hope he wins. I hope Gervonta wins. I seen a couple fights from Martin. One of the fights that I seen that actually stood out to me, he was getting hit with some body shots, and he ain't look like he liked it downstairs. So hopefully Tank seen it, and he used that to his advantage.
Of Frank getting the body shots?
Yeah. I think Tank should walk to Frank and start touching him downstairs because he showed he couldn't take it downstairs when I seen one of his fights.
Some people have been saying that Frank Martin is going to be the most athletic person that Gervonta Davis has shared the ring with. Do you agree?
That will probably give Gervonta problems. I think that's going to give him problems. Now, my question is, Gervonta doesn't really throw a lot of punches. He don't punch a lot. His punch output isn't that heavy. If Martin has the ability to run these rounds up and get up 6, 7 rounds, and then he can coast, we might be in for an upset.
No, I know. This is going to be a good one.
Might be in for an upset. For anybody out here who's betting, it wouldn't be bad to throw a little bit of money on both of them.
Are you gonna do that? Do you ever bet?
I only bet on myself, to be honest with you.
Hey, I love it. And my last
I only
question.
bet on
And my last question for you.
What's up, baby? Hey, good luck, man. Good luck. That's gonna be a good one.
Well, I gotta ask you about that now.
That's gonna be a good one.
What are your thoughts on the Benavidez versus Gvozdyk fight?
Now, in the sport of boxing, I have my own personal little picks of fighters that I like. Benavidez is one of them. But I seen a guy that he's fighting, and he's fighting a bricklayer.
Yeah.
Man, the boy he fighting can thump. He got them thumpers. So he got them motherfucking thumpers. So, man, this is going to be an inciting fight. You know, I want Benavidez to win, but I don't know. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, I know. Do you got a round for that one?
I don't got no round for that one. I can't pick that one. I'm going for Benavidez to win, though. I'm definitely going for him. I hope he wins.
At this point, do you more want to see the Benavidez versus Bivol or Beterbiev or Benavidez versus Canelo still? Ooh.
So, it's a couple ways I can answer that. Now, just for the Benavidez, if you want to go ahead and get to the bag, which at the end of the day, we are prize fighters. We do compete for the money. But at some point, you got pride, ego. When does that kick in? You know, so if he's going to just want to get the bag, then I'll say go ahead and fight Canelo.
Yeah.
But if you want to see with your pride and see what's up with your kahunas, go see what's up with Bibble.
That's a good way of putting
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Let's go holler at Bibble. That's going both of them will be an entertaining and hell of a fight either way.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And my last question for you is, what is the first thing you, your brother, and your family are going to do when he wins on Saturday night?
Man, probably look up, man, and thank Pops.
That's what it's about. That's what it's all about. I love it. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Bye, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Until next time.